This video is very dear to my heart and I had no option than to do it again, and if possible I will do it again. Initially I made a video about stock investment and a lot of people reach out, a lot of people showed interest, a lot of people actually start investing in stocks. But I kind of see that a lot of people lack the basic understanding behind the stock investment. So in this video I want us to take it as a beginner perspective, right from beginning to end, and summarize and also engage in conversation why we invest in stocks and the processes to invest in stocks and each and everything surrounding stock investment, and also engage in an insightful knowledge about a beginner guide of stock investment right from beginning to end. So let's get into it. So when I was a kid, one of the things I used to like was watching business news. So late in the evening I would just come and sit close to the television, and one of the things I would do was just to watch business news. And one of the things the anchors used to mention was stocks, shares, and all those things as part of business news. And from there I got to have interest, but it didn't mean so much to me, and mostly I would just ask what is shares, what is stocks. But later everything got to have meaning when I had the opportunity to attend senior high school, and during that time I was privileged to read business as a program. So I had a basic knowledge through senior high school on why people trade in stocks or why people invest in stocks, and also the accounting aspect of stocks. So earlier on I know nothing about stocks, but during my senior high school it now came to me what a stock is and the reason why we engage in stocks, and also the share pricing and all that. Because the financial aspect, especially the accounting aspect, because I was privileged to study business as a program, I got to now have basic understanding about it. So later when I graduated from senior high school, everything about stocks then now came to have meaning for me. So in today's video I want us to look at the beginner guide about stocks. So we look at what a stock is, what is the stock exchange market, and also we look at how to make money with stocks in the stock exchange market, and also how to buy stocks in the stock exchange market. So basically these are the 4 things we'll cover in today's video. So without much ado, let's get right into it. So a lot of people who are curious or people who have interest in investment will ask what a stock is. So from a business perspective, across the world we have 2 main sources of funding businesses, and one of them is debt financing and the second one is equity financing. And today we'll be talking about the equity financing, and the equity financing is where stock or share comes in. So basically looking at the models, the first one, debt, as in going to bank to take loans and all that, but the second model of financing has to do with equity, and the equity, that's where stock or share comes in. So as a business owner, you've grown your business to an extent that you need additional sources of funding or additional capital in order to run your business effectively. You've taken it, let's say you've taken it from the local market and now you are going globally, or let's say from local and now you are going nationally. But unfortunately you have less capital in order to achieve whatever that you've highlighted for yourself. So one of the major ways in which one will be able to get money in order to finance a business is through this method that we call the equity. And the equity is simply you are now coming to divide the ownership of your company in order to seek for support or in order to seek for funding or capital outside your business. And in order to seek for this fund or in order to seek for this additional capital to your business, one will have to give piece of the company to outsiders. So stock basically or share basically is a unit ownership of your company. So let's say if you have a company with people and later you have a company with people, or if you have a company and later you want to seek for funding and you lease it out, the unit in which people buy or investors buy is called shares. And that will lead us to what we call the stock exchange market. So the stock exchange market basically serves as a platform. So let's say you've made the intention that, okay, I'm in need of funds in order to run my businesses to a different level, but I cannot do it alone. I need to give out piece of my company in order to finance it. That's the equity financing. You cannot sit in your company and call investors or individuals to just come and buy into it. No. What you need to do is, if your company is a private company, you need to turn it to a public company and also go to the stock exchange market and make an initial public offer to the general public. And what the stock exchange market serves as a market that brings investors and also businesses to come into contact. So let's say once you bring your business, we have investors who are also ready to invest in businesses. So people who have money will also comes in, and the meeting place or the meeting point is where we call the stock exchange market. And the stock exchange market serves in almost every country. So in Ghana, we have Ghana Stock Exchange Market. Nigeria, we have the Nigerian Stock Exchange Market. In Kenya, we have the Nairobi Stock Exchange Market. South Africa Stock Exchange Market. New York. Almost every country across the globe have a stock exchange market. So it serves as a platform or as a meeting point between investors and also companies. So once you come in, you then make an initial public offer for businesses, or you then make an initial public offer for individuals and also investors to then comes in and buy parts of your company. So mostly you value your business. So once you value your business, the initial public offer comes with the unit ownership, or the initial public offer comes with the unit price of a share. So once you are going public and you are calling for investors or individuals, you have each and every share. This is the amount of money that we want to sell it. So initial public offer, we want to make sales of one shares at, let's say, 2 cedis or let's say 1 cedis. So when you make it out and investors or people see potential of your company, or investors see the potential, or businesses see the potential that your business is having, they can say, okay, let's invest into it. So that's when they comes in and buy the share of your company. So one may ask, does these businesses just have interest in buying? Is it that they are just willing to throw out their money to other businesses, or investors that are just willing to throw out their money to other businesses? No, that will lead us to our third point, and that is, how do we make money through stock investment? So when it comes to stock investment, right now that you've put your company out there and investors has been able to finance it as an equity, one of the major ways, or one of the major things they are also looking up to, is returns. And in stock investment, we have two major ways in which we make returns as stock investors. The initial public offer comes with the unit price of a share. So once you are going public and you are calling for investors or individuals, you have each and every share. This is the amount of money that we want to sell it. So initial public offer, we want to sell our one. So we want to make sales of 1 shares at, let's say, 2 cedis or let's say 1 cedis. So when you make it out and investors or people see potential of your company, or investors see the potential, or businesses see the potential that your business is having, they can say, okay, let's invest into it. So that's when they comes in and buy the share of your company. So one may ask, does these businesses just have interest in buying? Is it that they are just willing to throw out their money to other businesses, or investors that are just willing to throw out their money to other businesses? No, that will lead us to our third point, and that is, how do we make money through stock investment? So when it comes to stock investment, right now that you've put your platform, right now that you've put your company out there and investors has been able to finance it as an equity, one of the major ways, or one of the major things they are also looking up to, is returns. And in stock investment, we have two major ways in which we make returns as stock investors. And one of the ways is stock growth. So once they made an initial public offer, let's say 2 cedis, and an investor saw an opportunity and sees that this business can strive and buy into the share at 2 cedis. Later, if the company really is a good company and the potential is there, and the share price rise from, let's say, 2 cedis to 10 Ghana cedis, indirectly the investor has made a gain of 8 Ghana cedis on top of the share that he bought. So that's basically one of the ways in which investors also make money through share investment. So you see an opportunity and you buy into an opportunity, but doesn't mean that only people who buy shares at the beginning of or at the initial public offer of a company will be able to only hold that particular company shares. No, it's now going to be a tradable share on the Ghana Stock Exchange market, and any investor who wants to buy share at any point in time will quickly put in an offer, and once the order is accepted, you also become a shareholder of that particular company. So that leads us to the second way in which one will be able to make money. And the second way in which one will be able to make money from share investment is through dividend payment. So at the end of the accounting year, the company that came to list their company on the Ghana Stock Exchange market and they've sold out shares to investors and individuals, when it happens that okay, the business now strive because they wanted to reach a global reach in order to make more profit or in order to make more impact, and they want to reward their shareholders, one of the things they do is to declare dividends. And at the end of the year, it's just like declaring profit that will be paid to shareholders or investors who have trust in your business and they've invested in your business. So if you watch this video to this extent, I will probably suggest that you have so much interest in this, so I will kindly entreat you to kindly subscribe and also like and comment in the comment section. So now watchers or people who have interest will now ask, okay, right now that I know how I'll be able to make money from share investment, how then do I buy a share of a company? So basically, it's very easy to buy share of a company. If you take a look at the Ghana Stock Exchange market, they have licensed brokers, individuals that they entrust or they trust that they can deliver or work with. They list them as brokers. And someone may ask who a broker is. A broker is an intermediary or someone between you and the stock exchange market. Mind you, individuals can't go to the stock exchange market to buy shares of a company. What you need to do is to pass through a licensed broker, someone that has been passed through all the regulatory frameworks, or someone that has passed all the requirements in order to trade in the Ghana Stock Exchange market. So individuals or investors, one of the major ways is to go through the Ghana Stock Exchange market licensed brokers. So basically, you can walk into the office of the licensed broker and tell them that you want to register and tell them you want to register as an investor in order to invest in the Ghana Stock Exchange market or in order to buy shares of a company. And what they will do is to quickly help you make some arrangements in order for you to go through all the legal requirements by opening a CSD account and registering with them in order to place an order on your behalf. And also in recent times, we've seen apps that you'll be able to use to buy stocks, or you'll be able to use to invest in the Ghana Stock Exchange market at the comfort of your house with just some few clicks. I've made a video on that and I'll leave the link in the bio in order for you to get access on how to buy stock in the Ghana Stock Exchange market with just your mobile phone. And also another way in which you can buy stock in the Ghana Stock Exchange market is for you to just write an email to the stockbroker that you feel like you can work with, and once that is done, they will make an offer on your behalf in order for you to purchase the stocks. So if you take a look at the Ghana Stock Exchange, currently we have more than 60 companies listed in the Ghana Stock Exchange market, and each of these companies you can also become a part owner of the companies, or you can also acquire shares of those companies in order to become a part owner or in order to earn income for yourself, either dividend payment or share growth. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video. If you actually see this needful, kindly drop a comment and also like and share. as we build this community together. Cheers up.